welcome to episode 7 of my Christmas series, where I'm going to be interviewing the Capital Region's best and most affluent musicians from all different areas. Today, I'd like to welcome you to our second member of Lucid Street to join my show. We have Mike Ilyadis, our drummer. How are you, Mike?
Not too bad.
Oh, good.
Not too bad.
Now, I recorded Billy's on Black Friday. Today is Black Friday as well.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I have to know that for what I'm doing this weekend. Because we have a Cait tonight.
We do! So how was your Thanksgiving?
Calm, nice, and I'm well rested. Which is what I need.
That's good. How was your food?
Spectacular.
Great.
It's Thanksgiving. You have to make it spectacular.
Yeah. So Billy and I were talking about Thanksgiving. Billy, funnily enough, there were 3 turkeys at his Thanksgiving. And we were talking about the different types of turkeys. Now, Billy and I both have never tried the, like, dip fried turkey. I know you guys do. Deep fried, yeah. I know you guys do it. The biggest question we both had is, where do you get that much oil from?
You can use, it's all peanut oil. So basically, short of robbing a Five Guys.
Yeah, like, where do you go?
Yeah, you can order it online. I know that we've done that in the past. And then if you want a little sprinkles of something else, you put a little less and it'll pop it off.
Oh.
Just a little bit. But it's mostly peanut oil based. That's what you really want.
Okay.
And it just gives it that extra flavor. It takes way less time. You have to be nice to it up front. But once it's in there and you got the temperature right, doesn't take too long at all. Comes out and the meat's really good. And
okay.
Everybody loves it when they have it for the first time.
Interesting. Yeah, Billy and I both
the consensus.
have never tried it.
You should.
Yeah.
I have a 20-pound turkey yesterday.
It's a big turkey.
It's a big turkey.
It's a big turkey. I was telling Billy we didn't have a normal Thanksgiving. We had lobster and Chateaubriand.
But then again, Thanksgiving is what you make it at the end of the day.
True.
I have spent Thanksgiving in London before and had Indian food. So, not very Thanksgiving-like of me to do that, but, it is what you make of it.
No, yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what you're doing music-wise right now is pretty much what I'm doing music-wise. But while I've been interviewing everyone, I've been letting them say what their band is up to and what they're up to and all that kind of stuff. So I guess I'll let you tell everyone what we're up to.
What are we up to? What aren't we up to is the better question, probably. That's it's most likely true. Yes. So, let's see. We have the benefit show on the 17th. That's the big one. We have a show tonight, as we've mentioned already. We got a show.
Remember, this will be in the future when this comes out.
Yeah.
So,
as we're recording.
Yeah, as we're recording, we have a show tonight. So, Black Friday, we played in the future.
Somewhere out there.
Tap and Barrel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 4 remaining shows for the rest of the year in 2023.
Yeah.
We are looking at a couple of new places next year to play at. We are preparing to play at Rivers Casino for the first time. We're trying to do some different stuff along with what we've done all along. We have the album being recorded right now. My drum tracks are done.
Yeah.
For now. And that's good. We'll keep it there. We got Rivers Casino. We'll be back at Turning Stone a few times next year, which we're really excited about. And what goes with that is we have a lot of other songs that we need to go learn for that. So, and we're learning stuff for Rivers. We're learning stuff for Turning Stone. And the cool thing about learning stuff for those 2 venues is those tend to pour over into all of the other venues we play from, like...
And they kind of go together.
Yeah.
Like, Turning Stone is very, like... one venue likes this stuff and the other venue likes this stuff, but Rivers is like the one venue likes both of those things, so we kind of can just put the 2 set lists together.
We can put the pop, dance, R&B stuff, and then the rock, hard rock, and metal stuff, and then sandwich, whatever else we can in the middle.
Yeah. And the Bunker. We just started playing at the Bunker.
Right, and that's a crossover, so it's a perfect place to do that. We'll be playing there a couple more times. We have Downtown Social. They're always great to go play at. Blackthorn Resort, we love going down there to play there. More of a rock audience, but surprisingly on our last visit there, they liked all the dancey stuff. So having the repertoire and keeping it fresh is really, really, really important to us. So we're always up to something. You know, I mean, last year when you weren't around and it was me, Phil, running practices, you know, we were constantly learning different stuff for different venues. So there's never a shortage of things at a Lucid Street practice or a shortage of things on the business end of things for what we do.
No. So you mentioned the album and
Yes.
that you just finished recording. How are you feeling about your tracks? What you've laid down?
I love my sound engineers very, very much.
Yeah.
I love them. Love them a lot. Can't say enough about them. And working with them prior in the past, you know, they get a sense of how you work.
Yeah.
So this for me was a little bit different in terms of like performance. Like for me, it was trying to dial back a lot of what I'm usually doing, because I'm usually doing a lot of flashy things, big long fills. Whereas with this, you know, there were moments that I have that, but there are moments that I need to dial that back. And our producers and engineers, they kind of helped us with it. And the tracks turned out very well. I was really impressed with them. They sound really tight. Once they're mixed down, you know, and we get some bass and we get some guitars in there, then you'll see how beefy they get together. And then, of course, when you and Billy get into the mix after that, and then we get into the wonderful stages of overdubbing and deciding what we want to do with it.
That's the part I'm most excited for.
Yeah. Production.
No, I'm not joking. I'm like actually excited to add all my harmonies and all the little transitions and that sound effects. Like I'm excited to put all that stuff in there, because like you can't do that live. And like I know how we do them live. People have heard us doing them live, but writing them, when you think of them, at least for me, I've always taken like the Queen approach of things, of I want it live this way, but in the studio I have this vision because I want to do stuff that we can't do live. And
it'll be exciting to, you know, because we've played all except one of the originals on the album live.
Yeah.
So it'll be relieving to finally get these songs out there the way that we've seen them develop in our heads. So that way we know how to play them live. We know what we can take away, what we can add, what we can do with that. And also all these people who've come out to see us over the last year as we've been developing a lot of the originals, and there's 9 of them, just over 40 minutes. So it'll be perfect for an LP in terms of time length. And we'll be able to, you know, finally get it out there to people so they can go, that's that song. Because I've had a couple people, couple different stories about that. Like one quick one, like I remember we were at Sunset Bay in Sacandaga Lake, and somebody was like, hey, there was one of the I thought he was going to ask us about one of the covers we were doing, but he was really excited to hear what we were doing originals wise, and he heard the one song we were doing, and I think it was Shades that he was specifically referencing, and he's like, what's that one? You guys are recording, do you have any copies? And at the time we didn't have the live single up on Spotify.
Yeah, we did.
It was before that.
Oh, it was the first year we were at Sunset Bay.
Right.
Okay.
You're right. So we hadn't had that yet. So now that there's singles out there that are, you know, you get a little taste, to have the full thing will be awesome for us.
Yeah. So you've recorded with Nick Relation before.
Yes.
How do you think this process was different comparatively?
Again, the one difference was discipline for me. You know, do a little bit less, do what the song calls for a little bit more.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I needed to do. And I kind of did that a little bit better, you know, and then trying things a few times, you know, I simplified a lot of what I do usually. And in this time around, you know, I tried to make sure that we had everything level-wise the way I wanted, because it's going to be a really diverse album.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of different sounds. So to have different things already kind of set up for it was important.
Yeah.
So now if I go to do percussion over dubs, or if I decide, you know, can we do an extra hit of that gong drum or the pancake drum? DW's watching this. The pancake drum. Know that we have all these hits that we can do it so it sounds perfect and plays the way we play them live.
Yeah.
So it kind of mixes both. So this time around it was, you know, not to say that our songs are simpler than what I've done, but the idea of playing simpler was what I tried to go in with, but that in no way, shape, or form means that the songs are easy.
Right.
Because the simple stuff is often the harder stuff to play, because it requires chops, the discipline, and everything that goes into it.
So here's an interesting question. I feel like I kind of know the answer to this question, but I like to ask this to everyone in the interviews because I feel like they know the people in the bands, but they don't know how they got into music.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit of, you know, how you got into it when you were a kid and how you got into drumming and that kind of fun stuff.
Well, drumming was always there. It never, started on pots and pans, you know, the classic drummer story.
All of us do.
Every one of us, you know.
I'm not a drummer, but I also did that.
Yeah, right. It's just what we do. I remember my earliest memories, like, I can remember trying to, like, not just pots and pans, but, like, other stuff. I would remember having a pair of drumsticks around, ProMark something. The fact that I can remember that they were ProMarks back in the day. And I would be able to hit a pillow or the side of a couch or something like that, and it would give a bass response, like a bass drum or a floor tom. Didn't know what it meant at all, but I was like, hey, that sounds cool. But never thought I would play drum kits. And then going over to certain people's houses, family friends and stuff like that, they had drum sets. Yeah. So I would always play, but it never went past that point. Then for my 7th or 8th birthday, I remember getting a guitar. Played upside down, Hendrix style, because I'm left-handed. Took guitar lessons. Guitar teacher said, no, I can't do the Hendrix thing. It would be cool, but I can't teach you that way. So I flipped it, played righty, learned a little bit, but the drumming was always here. And I would sneak into the practice rooms before guitar lessons and go play, you know, the drums. And my guitar teacher did catch me one day, and he kind of looked at me and he was like, that's pretty good. Try this. That's pretty good. All right, now let's go play guitar. And then I went and played guitar. Fast forward, saved up some birthday money and, you know, anything I could at the time, you know, when you're 8, 7, 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. And I went and bought a drum kit, and the place that I took guitar lessons at went out of business, and I had this drum kit. So I was left to basically learn on my own, totally self-taught, never took a lesson. I took percussion in school. That was my background in that, but I always relied on watching other drummers, listening to stuff, because I think stuff left over from when I was hitting, you know, a couch or a pan, knowing that, oh, this is that sound, so you should go in this order, kind of taught me to go in that direction.
So have you taken, like, any drum lessons?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
Not a single one. And it, you know, I've taken tips and learned over the years. Like, I learned the rudiments in, you know, 5th through 8th grade school band. Thank you, Miss Corb, Canistracci, and Mr. Kirby for that. But no formalized lessons, you know. And I would sit in with the jazz band, you know, when they had winter concerts every once in a while, and they'd be like, do you take lessons? Have you thought about? And I'm like, not really. I just kind of do what I do. And then I got to a certain, you know, like between 10 and 12, I think I got the extra push from my parents to say, you make a lot of noise. You seem to kind of sort of know what you're doing, but kind of sort of learn a little bit better, please. So that's not just noise. And then I went, oh, okay. And then watching my idols and growing up with them, you know, my palette for drums expanded, and then the drum kit expanded, and then the drum kit expanded,
and the drumming expanding.
You know, so, and now it's expanding into really technologically advanced places now.
That's interesting. I didn't realize you hadn't taken, like, any drum lessons.
0.
That's great.
0. All
right, so we're gonna flip it to the benefit, what we're doing for the benefit.
Okay.
So we're raising money for the kitties, of course, for animal lovers. Great event. So I've been asking everyone about their pets. I know you have some really interesting cats at home.
They have all their own personalities, as they should.
Tell everyone about your cats.
Oh, let's see. My cats. Do I have to describe them in sentences or one word?
Well, no, just say their name, how they are.
I got Harvey.
Yeah.
The oldest. We're going to go and
Chronological order.
Age order. We've got Harvey. He's, named after Two-Face, because he's got the black and white domino effect on
He's a
his face.
psychopath.
Yeah, and yeah, he's a little bit of it. He's always studying you because, he's up to something.
He is.
And then you got Mam, who's the shortest little black cat. She runs the roost, needless to say. She's in charge. Then I got Gandalf, who is just a big fluffy pillow cloud.
He's not that smart.
But he's all love.
Yeah, he's nice, greatest guy.
He's all love. But he's that one. And then we got the newest one, Zoe, who is just the sweetest thing.
She's teeny still.
Still teeny. She's only 5 months, 6 months old at this point. So, yeah. So I got 4, 2 girls, 2 boys, and they're crazy.
Yeah. So it just makes it, I think it makes it better, when you have cats at home and,
a couple of them have been rescued off the streets.
Right, the cause that we're raising money for,
Yeah.
All that stuff, it makes it great. But to close out our interview, before we're going to teleport, you guys won't even know what happened. We're going to teleport over to Mike's house to do our Christmas song because, believe it or not, the drum kit would not fit in my room. We tried really hard.
My rider said it was going to be here.
Yeah, we tried really hard. It just didn't work out. So we're going to teleport over there to record the Christmas song.
I think we can do that.
Yeah. But before we go, fun question. Obviously, this is Christmas. Yay, Christmas. We love Christmas. So I've been asking everyone, what's like a Christmas tradition that your family does that like maybe is just specific to you guys, or it's just something you make sure to do every year that's not as like as stereotypical?
Yeah. We every Christmas Eve, we, at least from as far back as I can remember, you'd always get antsy about gifts and stuff like that, or food and stuff, and sometimes you didn't get to meet up with relatives. So what we would do is on Christmas Eve, we would have one gift that we would open, and usually it wasn't like a thing. It was usually a pair of pajamas, cool Under Armour sweatpants, because I used to play sports growing up, so the need for, cold gear sweatpants, especially during the winter up here, huge, and you were most excited about, or, like if you got a jacket or a coat or something like that. We would save one item, and, it was a clothing item usually for then, and then, so, and that's usually what we do for Christmas Eve. It's been a quasi-tradition.
I love it. All right, well, thank you for coming.
Well, thank
you. And everyone, don't go anywhere. We're going to teleport over, so we have a drum kit, and we're going to do Father Christmas for y'all.
And it'll be like that.
Yeah, it's going to happen right now. Boom.
I believed in Santa Claus, though I knew it was my dad. And I would hang up my stockings at Christmas, open my presents and I'd be glad. But the last time I played Father Christmas, I stood outside a department store. A gang of kids came over and mugged me and knocked my reindeer to the floor. They said, Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want you bad, so don't make us annoyed. Give all the toys to the little rich boys. Don't give my brother a Steve Austin outfit. Don't give my sister a cuddly toy. We don't want a jigsaw, monopoly money. We only want the real McCoy. Father Christmas, give us some money. We'll beat you up if you make us annoyed. Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. But give my daddy a job 'cause he needs one. He's got lots of mouths to feed. But if you got on, I'll have a machine gun, so I can scare all the kids down the street. all the toys to the little rich boy. Have yourself a merry, merry Christmas. Have yourself a good time. But remember the kids who got nothing while you're drinking down your wine. Father Christmas, give us some money. We got no time for your silly toys. Father Christmas, please hand it over. We'll beat you up, so don't make us